A short story of Babri Mosque, Uttar Pradesh, India.
In the 16th century, a significant transformation began to unfold in the ancient city of Ayodhya. Ayodhya, deeply revered as the sacred birthplace of Lord Ram, a central figure in Hinduism, became the site of a new and imposing structure, altering the city's landscape and its spiritual identity. In 1528, under the rule of the Mughal emperor Babur, Mir Baki, one of his commanders, oversaw the construction of the Babri Masjid, a mosque that would soon become a focal point of contention. Its three prominent domes soon dominated the skyline of Ayodhya, a visual testament to the changing power dynamics in the region. For centuries, the mosque served as a vital center of Muslim worship, a place of prayer and community for the local Islamic population, beautifully reflecting the rich Indo-Islamic architectural heritage that flourished in India during the Mughal era. Yet, beneath the physical presence of the mosque lay a deeply rooted and powerful Hindu belief, a conviction held by millions that this very site was the exact birthplace, the Janmasthan, of Lord Ram, making it one of their holiest sites. Many Hindus firmly believed that the Babri Masjid was constructed atop a pre-existing, deliberately demolished Hindu temple, fueling a deep and historically charged overlapping claim to the land, creating a complex and volatile situation. Over time, the site evolved into both a sacred mosque for Muslims and a revered Hindu spot, a place of pilgrimage and devotion, a duality that simmered quietly beneath the surface for generations, a fragile coexistence marked by underlying tension. For Hindus, the location held immense significance, representing divine geography and a connection to their sacred history, while for Muslims, it stood as a symbol of their faith, their heritage, and their presence in India. This uneasy coexistence, fraught with historical and religious complexities, inevitably set the stage for future conflict and discord, as two distinct communities held sincere, yet fundamentally conflicting attachments and claims to the very same ground. The underlying tension remained largely dormant for a long period, a historical fault line lying just beneath the surface, waiting for a spark to ignite long-held grievances. The story of the Babri Masjid is far more than just the narrative of a building or a place of worship. It is a complex tapestry woven with threads of faith, collective memory, and deeply held beliefs within distinct communities. And ultimately, it represents the seeds of a national crisis that would profoundly impact India's social and political landscape. The first major conflict over the Babri Masjid site erupted in the 1850s, under British rule. In 1853, Hindu ascetics claimed the mosque stood on a demolished temple, leading to violent clashes. The British responded by erecting a wall in 1859, dividing the site. Muslims worshipped inside, Hindus at the Ramchabutra outside. This partition institutionalized the dispute, creating a fragile peace but deepening the divide. Legal battles soon followed, with a Hindu priest's 1885 suit to build a canopy denied by the courts. The British approach managed tensions but left the core issue unresolved, allowing resentment to fester. The wall became a symbol of unresolved conflict. Colonial compromise was temporary, setting the stage for more explosive confrontations in independent India. The uneasy peace shattered in December 1949 when idols of Ram Lala mysteriously appeared inside the Babri Masjid. For Hindus, it was a miracle. For officials, an act of trespass by activists. Prime Minister Nehru ordered the idols removed, fearing communal violence, but local authorities refused, citing the risk of riots. The site was declared disputed, the mosque padlocked, and both communities barred from entry. Yet a priest was allowed to perform rituals for the idols, while Muslims were excluded entirely. The Babri Masjid ceased to function as a mosque, becoming a de facto temple under lock and key. This event marked a turning point, transforming a historical dispute into a living, daily reality. The administrative paralysis entrenched the conflict, setting the stage for decades of legal and political battles. The 1949 incident shifted the dispute from myth to immediate crisis. The seeds of a national controversy had been sown. For decades, the seeds of discord had been sown. The Ayodhya dispute simmered in the background, a low, constant hum of unresolved tension. The issue lay dormant, yet never truly disappeared from the national consciousness. Until the 1980s, when the embers of this long-standing conflict were fanned into a roaring flame. The Vishwa Hindu Parishad and BJP, sensing an opportunity, launched the Ram Janmabhoomi movement, a campaign that would forever alter the course of Indian history. Demanding a temple at the Babri Masjid site, a place they believed to be the birthplace of Lord Ram. The 1990 Rath Yatra, a procession of immense scale and symbolic power led by L.K. Advani, a prominent figure in the BJP, galvanized nationwide support, igniting passions and drawing in people from all walks of life, turning a local issue centered on a single city into a national campaign that resonated across the country. The movement's religious symbolism and aggressive rhetoric, while inspiring to some, deepened communal divides, creating a chasm between communities that had once coexisted peacefully, sparking riots and unrest in various parts of the nation, leaving a trail of destruction and sorrow. In 1986, a court ordered, in a decision that would have far-reaching consequences, the mosque's locks opened for Hindu worship, a move seen as a victory by Hindu nationalists, electrifying the movement, injecting it with renewed vigor and a sense of unstoppable momentum, and alarming Muslims, who viewed it as a direct assault on their religious rights and heritage. The BJP's political fortunes soared, riding the wave of Hindu nationalism to unprecedented levels of power. As the slogan, Mandir Wahin Banayenga, meaning, "We will build the temple there," became a rallying cry, uniting supporters and encapsulating the movement's core objective. The conflict was now at the heart of Indian politics, dominating the national discourse and shaping the political landscape, blending faith, nationalism, and historical grievance into a potent and volatile mix. The opening of the locks, a seemingly small act, brought the dispute to a boiling point, pushing the nation closer to the brink of chaos. The movement transformed the site, once a relatively obscure location, into a symbol of India's identity crisis, a focal point for the nation's deepest anxieties and aspirations. By the early 1990s, as India stood on the cusp of a new era, Ayodhya was no longer just about land, about a physical space contested by different groups. It was about the soul of the nation, about the very essence of what it meant to be Indian. The stage was set for a confrontation, a clash of ideologies and identities that would shake India to its core, leaving an indelible mark on its history and its people. On December 6, 1992, a date etched in the memory of a nation, the Babri Masjid was demolished, an act that reverberated across the country. It was brought down by a massive crowd of Car Sevaks, driven by fervent beliefs, despite solemn promises of peace and assurances of protection. The destruction, broadcast live on television, shocked the nation, and indeed, the entire world watched in disbelief. The demolition triggered a wave of deadly riots across India, leaving thousands dead and countless more injured, and deepening already existing communal wounds and divisions. The event was later found to be a pre-planned conspiracy, meticulously orchestrated, with prominent political leaders implicated in the unfolding events. The central government, in response, dismissed the state government and imposed president's rule to try and restore order. The Librhan Commission's extensive report confirmed the demolition was orchestrated by top leaders, a damning indictment. December 6th became a day of triumph and celebration for some, but a source of deep trauma and pain for others, a significant turning point in India's secular history and identity. The trust between communities was irrevocably shattered, perhaps forever, and the nation's secular fabric was left in tatters, frayed and weakened. The scars of that day continue to haunt India, a constant reminder of the past. After the demolition, the legal battle intensified. The Allahabad High Court ordered an archaeological excavation seeking evidence of a pre-existing temple. The ASI report found remains of a large structure beneath the mosque, but its interpretation was hotly contested. In 2010, the High Court divided the land into three parts, for Ram Lalla, the Sunni Waqf Board, and the Nirmohi Akhara. None were satisfied, and all appealed to the Supreme Court. The Supreme Court re-examined the evidence, emphasizing a legal, not religious resolution. The final hearings in 2019 drew national attention, as the fate of the site hung in the balance. The legal journey, spanning centuries, was nearing its end. The court's decision would shape the future of Indian society and law. The nation awaited a verdict that would echo through history. On November 9, 2019, a landmark decision was reached. The Supreme Court, after years of deliberation, granted the disputed land for the construction of a Ram temple. This verdict marked a turning point in a long-standing and deeply sensitive issue. The decision was significantly influenced by the presented evidence, citing evidence of continuous Hindu worship at the site, which played a crucial role in the final judgment. Recognizing the need for equitable resolution, the court also allotted 5 acres of land elsewhere in Ayodhya for the construction of a new mosque, ensuring that the Muslim community's concerns was intended to provide restitution for the Muslim community, acknowledging their historical connection to the site and ensuring their religious freedom. Demonstrating its commitment to implementing the court's order, the government swiftly formed a trust to oversee the construction of the Ram temple. Following the establishment of the trust, the temple's foundation was ceremoniously laid in August 2020, marking the official commencement of the construction project. Simultaneously, the new mosque project began in Danapur, signaling a parallel effort to honor the court's decision in its entirety. The plans extended beyond just a mosque, encompassing the construction of a hospital and a community center, aiming to foster community development and provide essential services. The verdict was met with widespread celebration by many Hindus, who viewed it as the culmination of a long-cherished aspiration. Conversely, it was met with disappointment by many Muslims, who felt a sense of loss and injustice. Despite differing reactions, most community leaders and citizens called for peace and harmony, emphasizing the importance of maintaining social cohesion. The construction of the Ram temple was seen by some as the fulfillment of a centuries-old dream, a testament to faith and perseverance. However, it was also viewed by others as a blow to secularism, raising concerns about the separation of religion and state. The Babri Masjid dispute remains a powerful symbol of the complex interplay between religion, politics, and history. It continues to be a significant point of reference in Indian politics and society, shaping discussions on identity and justice. The site's legacy continues to fuel debates on faith, historical interpretation, and the role of religion in public life. It also prompts ongoing reflection on law, justice, and the very definition of national identity in a diverse and multicultural nation. While the legal battle is officially over, bringing a formal conclusion to the dispute, the fundamental questions it raised about history, faith, and justice continue to endure, prompting ongoing dialogue and reflection. The story of Babri Masjid is far from finished. It remains an open chapter in India's ongoing narrative. It lives on in the collective memory and the heart of India, shaping its present and influencing its future.
Please like, comment, share, and subscribe.